introduce you to new faces to the Almail Mill. 29 new faces, in fact. They're all pupils of Mills High School in Fochabers and led by James Alexander. We'll find them on the banks of the Spey at Craigellachie, a bonny scene and bonny playing indeed. We're going to start with the Pearl, a tune composed by Phil Cunningham and made popular by Phil and Ali Bain. And then Addie Harper of Wick wrote a very popular reel called the Barrowburn